Good morning, viewers across the globe. It's another edition of Bystanders at News 10 on Flip TV, the number one super review program on Flip TV, and all over the world. All right, it's the 14th of December 2023. We're right here at the News 10 to review what we have on Nigerian dailies. The Nation is here, The Punch is here, The Vanguard and Tribune newspapers, they are all here. Let's quickly review what's on the front page of The Nation newspaper. Assembly complex demolition sinks rivers deeper into crisis. You can see the picture of the complex that was demolished in Rivers State. A display of mockery of democracy and mindless destruction of everything democracy by the same people who should be defending it. A display of mockery of democracy and mindless destruction of everything democracy by the same people who should be defending it. That's the story on the front page of The Nation newspaper. Ondo Assembly okays Lucky Aiyedatiwa acting governor. It's a victory for Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the deputy governor of Ondo State, as he is now the acting governor of the state. Firms to lose tariff waivers on imported items. I hope you have the pictures. The papers on the screen. Thank you, Malik. To the next one, which is the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper at the news stand was the Punch saying this morning. Rivers demolishes Assembly pro Fubara Speaker declares the defectors seats vacant. Rivers demolishes Assembly pro Fubara Speaker declares defectors seats vacant. Tinubu sacks 5 aviation agencies. Heads suspends NCAA boss. Tinubu sacks 5 aviation agencies heads. Suspends NCAA boss. Government killed woman. Abduct 7 on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. You can see the picture of the demolished complex right on the front page of the Punch newspaper. NNPCL not transparent on subsidy. Dollar revenue says World Bank. You can see this on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. The Vanguard newspaper, major headline it reads, Poor Nigerians eat 104 million, says World Bank. Poor Nigerians eat 104 million, says World Bank. That Matthew is a bad one, yeah. Nigerians in poverty. Poor Nigerians eat 104 million, says World Bank. We're going to discuss this morning. On Ondo crisis, Aiyedatiwa resumes as acting governor of Ondo State, and moving down to the eastern parts of the country. Ohanaeze, IPOB back Tinubu to free Nnamdi Kanu. December 15th is the Supreme Court hearing on Nnamdi Kanu, and everyone is optimistic that Nnamdi Kanu will be released or will gain freedom from the DSS custody. 2024 budget Lagos Borno Rivers proposed 3.387 trillion naira budget quickly to the demolished complex in Rivers State. We have the Rivers State House of Assembly complex being demolished yesterday to pave way for its reconstruction. You can see the pictures of the complex right here on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. State government demolishes Assembly complex, and the last paper will be reading to the viewers across the globe, which is the Nigerian Tribune. Rivers. Legal issues arise as government demolishes Assembly complex. Legal issues arise as government demolishes Assembly complex. Thank you so much, viewers, for always keeping in touch with us on this platform. And we won't go beyond that on the stories on the front pages of these papers. We have Matthew here. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekunle. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, Matthew. I can see some of the viewers on the comment section. What is happening? I think they are used to this
Yes,
9
yes,
o'clock, 10 o'clock, and
yes,
8:30
yes.
time.
They'll be surprised that it is coming so early.
So early. There's a reason for that, and which is even good.
Yes, yes.
Coming very early to do this. I think very good. Matthew, it's a deepening crisis in River State as the complex was demolished yesterday. It was demolished 2 days ago.
The River State.
River State House of Assembly complex was demolished 2 days ago. The demolition continued yesterday. And looking at the governor of that state, Fubara, it seems the man is kind of brave this time around. He doesn't want to see Wike as a man standing against his administration. What do you have to say?
I think Wike is ready to fight. Because from what we have seen,
Wike is ready to fight, or Fubara
sorry, Wike is ready to fight and Fubara is ready to fight too.
to fight back?
Yes.
Okay.
Because from what we have seen, if the state government under his leadership, under his watch, can go ahead to pull down the state assembly complex, it's going to show that he's ready to fight. Because what is happening is pure politics. They have given an excuse that the demolition is as a result of advice from experts who look at who examine the building and see that it has failed integrity test. All that is politics, because there is a court judgment that have said the complex is not the assembly members should not enter into the complex because of safety concerns, and this is as a result of prayer brought to the court by the state government. I think what is happening in River State is a replica of what happened in Edo State. Yes, where Obaseki ruled the state with minority house members for almost 4 years. So I think a similar scenario is playing out. Because as we speak, a court in River State have said, recognize the leadership of the house that is in line with the governor, and ask the one that is leading 27 other house members to stop parading himself as the speaker. But the issue is it even right for minority house members to preside over the affairs of the state? Because from what we are seeing, though, based on that court judgment, it is only when that judgment is being quashed by a higher court that you can say what is happening is illegal. Rightly or wrongly, once a court makes a pronouncement, a stance, until you challenge it at a higher court. But I think what is important is, how do you avert crisis so that we don't see monumental waste of lives and property in that state, so that the dividends of democracy will not elude the people? Because we cannot take away the fact that Wike is not ready to back down, and hence is not backing down. The governor has decided that he will not go down without a fight, and from what we are seeing, this fight is just starting. It might take another 1 year, 2 years, because the soul of the state is what they are fighting. Because as it stands, we can say it repeatedly that nobody can take away his structure. I don't know what he means by structure anyway, because he won an election, and before he became the governor, one or two persons may have played pivotal role. He ruled for 8 years. It's not a record that Amechi or any other person for that matter was trying to dictate for him. Now, even if you say Wike did not defer to APC, the defection of the 27 House members may not be unconnected to his directive. And you now force the governor to defect to another political party that he did not want to defect. So for me, I think the fight the governor is fighting is one, fight for political survival and his political future. And I think it's a legitimate fight.
Okay, let's quickly move down to Nnamdi Kanu's issue. December 15th, that's tomorrow. It's the D-Day, the much anticipated day. And I believe many Nigerians, not just the Igbos, are expecting a positive judgment from the Supreme Court. Now, a Democratic member of the Texas House of Representatives, Jeffries Johnson, told the court to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. And apart from him, we have the Ohanaeze calling on the government to release him, the family of Nnamdi Kanu calling on the government, Simon Ekpa, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, based in Finland, is also calling for his release. His lawyers calling for his release. Almost everyone calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Do you see any positive results coming out tomorrow?
Okay, it is not in my place to decide how the court want to take its decision. But the issue is, before now, there is nothing that is holding Nnamdi Kanu other than impunity. That is a situation where the Court of Appeal has, in fact, granted him unconditional release, owing to the fact that federal government extraordinarily renditioned him from Kenya to Nigeria. And according to that Court of Appeal, the federal government lost every right to prosecute him. The federal government appealed that judgment. The appeal is what is going to be decided, I think, by tomorrow. But the issue is, federal government did not secure a stay of execution of the judgment that acquitted him, that discharged and acquitted him. So on that basis, he's being held illegally. Apart from pursuing appeal, federal government would have secured a stay of execution of that judgment to justify keeping him. So as far as the law is concerned, in the face of the law, he's being held against a judgment of the courts. So to that extent, he's being held illegally. Then looking at the judgment tomorrow, it is up to the court to decide how they want to give judgment. But I would have preferred a situation where, if we have peace in the Southeast, and how do we have peace? If so many stakeholders have said it, that releasing Nnamdi Kanu is at the cardinal of engendering peace in the southeastern part of the country. So is it not better we find a political solution to what is happening in the southeast beyond what court is doing?
Beyond the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
No, beyond what court is doing. Okay. Federal government is the prosecuting agency. Federal government can decide to say, we are calling stakeholders meeting. Bring the major stakeholders from the southeast. Sit down with them, discuss with them. How do we move from here? Let us end this litigation. Let us stop pursuing this case. We want to release Nnamdi Kanu, not on the basis of the prosecution, but on the basis that we want to find a political solution. What do you think that is needed to be done so that we can have relative peace in that region? I think that's the way to go, rather than pursuing litigation. Because the essence is to have a long-lasting peace. So for me, I think political solution is a better way to go.
All right, before I let you go, it's 1.4 million since
it's likely going to increase. I don't know the yardstick they used to arrive at it. But looking at the dynamic economic situation in Nigeria, the number is bound to increase. We are seeing a situation where many people are going into poverty by the day. We are seeing a situation where Naira have been disvalued as a result of government policies. And unfortunately, I don't know whether this government are getting feedback from what is happening in the society. Because they are getting feedback. By now, they ought to have known that most of these policies are not working. I saw what Wale said the other day. I'm talking about the Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy. That they are going to use dollar in the hands of Nigerians to address forest scarcity. What begin to ask, and he said Mr. President is going to sign an executive order to that effect. What begin to ask, does our President Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu have control over dollar? Even if you sign an executive order and you make it illegal for someone to keep extra amount of dollar in his possession, and they didn't bring it out, will you not send security agencies to start searching people's house to know who is keeping dollar? After borrowing $3 billion US to crash dollar, we are seeing dollar rising. Even the higher in window have risen above 1,000. After making us to understand that you have to borrow another $10 billion US, quick they want to use oil swap. I don't know whether they have done that anyway. Dollar at the official window is above 1,000, and you are telling us that you want to use dollar forex in the hand of individuals to address scarcity. We have said it over and over. This is not a rocket science. You must produce to export to earn foreign exchange. You must diversify the economy. And the government is not speaking in this direction. They promised the other time that they were going to give 1 billion each to about 75 companies. That was a good adventure, a good move to galvanize economic activities, to lubricate the economy. But as we speak, it's not a record that they have done that. They promised to give 1 million each to a good number of small and medium, small scale enterprises. As we speak, it's not a record that they have done that. Even the 50,000 to nano business owners, they have not done that. Use vehicles that run on CNG, compressed natural gas. They said they were going to roll out is it 3 million buses? I cannot remember the number. Yes, thank you very much. 3,000 in number. They have not done that. So all these promises, as we speak, Labour is accusing federal government that the wage award of 35,000 that they only paid in September, and our renege are stopped paying and refuse to pay. So you begin to see this government like, is this a government of deceit? You make promises, they look good, you refuse to implement them. Look at all the areas of promise, all the promises I've mentioned. They have not done any one. Even Labour that is formidable under NSC and TUC, that have what it takes to fight, to engage government. They promise wage award. They only pay them September. Since September, they have refused to pay. So what is happening? Government is getting more money as a result of subsidy removal on gasoline. The more money you are getting, what are you waiting for? Start diversifying into agriculture. Improve on our power generation, transmission, and distribution. And all this we are not seeing. So for me, I don't know. More people will go into poverty. I don't. By the grace of God, it will not come close to myself, because the Bible says when the people shall say there's a casting down, my people shall say there's a lifting up. But the truth is, if the government, I listened to a former steward of APC. I think he's a former zonal chairman of APC, admonishing the president, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, that the way it's going, that APC will lose in 2027. So this one, he is a member of APC. He was addressing his party leader, being candid. So I don't know. I think the government should go back to the drawing board. There is ample time to address the challenges if they are sincere.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We have Michael here. Michael, good morning to you.
Morning, Adekule Michael.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
All right. It's a beautiful morning.
Yes.
It's good to have you here.
Greetings to our viewers.
All right, viewers across the globe. Thank you so much, Michael. Coming on to what we have here, the major topic, as in Nnamdi Kanu, and the call for the release of the man in DSS custody. Tomorrow is 15th of December. People are expecting Supreme Court judgment on Nnamdi Kanu. Like I told them, Matthew, the lawyers are calling the government to releasing the Ohanaezes, the Igbos, the entire Igbos, calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. There's a particular U.S. lawmaker, also in Texas, calling for his release. Jeffrey Johnson many people anticipating to see Nnamdi Kanu come out of DSS detention. Your reaction, what do you have to say on this issue?
I think that's a reasonable thing to do now. Uh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. So there's no point for endless incarceration, as I have expressed a few days ago. The man should be released if the courts of competent jurisdiction has pronounced so. There's no point keeping him endlessly. So I think the people that have expressed that position has only spoken the mind of a lot of well-meaning Nigerians. Don't forget there has been a lot of agitation, especially in that part of the country where Mazi hails from, the southeastern part of the country. A lot of killings has been going on in that place. Economic downturn as a result of the sit-at-home order that is being issued from time to time. That's a lot of negative impact on that region. So I believe any reasonable government should look at how do I minimize all these agitations rather than expanding those lawful agitation. I must call them. So I think that's the way to go. It should be released unconditionally and let the storm within that area calm down a bit.
Do you have any prediction as regards court judgment tomorrow?
Not at all. I don't. I won't dabble into that. I am not.
I'm just saying.
I am not a prophet, so I won't prophesy. But I look forward to a judgment that will make tension goes down in our country, and I think releasing Mazi will be one of such judgments.
Despite the challenges it's facing, despite the crisis in Rivers State, the unshakable Fubara presented 2024 budget to 4 lawmakers in the house. Michael, what's really happening? 4 lawmakers.
Sometimes our country has been reduced to a theater of the absurd. You see a lot of absurdities around. Drama that you can barely comprehend. People show power. People do a lot of unimaginable things. We saw what is developing in Rivers State in the last couple of days. The assembly complex being pulled down under the guise of, there was a fire incident a couple of days ago and we want to probably rebuild the place. But we know that it is deeper than that explanation. People are just trying to protect their estates. And I think it is very unfortunate the kind of people we have in leadership in this part of the world. These are not people that have the interests of the people they are governing at heart. All they are interested in most of the time is just to grab this power and for self-aggrandizement and all of that. So it is very unfortunate the power tussle that is ongoing in Rivers State, presenting a budget of a state for lawmakers and all of that. So it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, Michael.
Now let's move down to another story. The NNPC are not transparent on subsidy dollar revenues. Who's none of this phone? Yes, right? Not transparent on subsidy dollar revenue. And we have it by the World Bank again that the president of the administration should make the fuel price 750 naira per liter. And I wonder why the World Bank would say this. Well, we know what we are presently facing, but I think the World Bank is less concerned about that. And it said, the organization said, if the president wants to succeed, he should remove ice from what people are saying, increase this price to 750 naira per liter. Michael, how do you see this?
Scripture says the borrower is subject to the lender. That's
But presently, even in the north, a liter of fuel sells for about 700 naira per liter.
around
And
that
it seems the government
price.
is not even getting it right with this present price.
He that plays the piper dictates the tune. When you go cap in hand to some of these international monetary agencies and all of that, some of these uh, financial institutions and all of that, they dictate what transpired or what will happen in your country. So I'm not surprised that that recommendation is coming from the World Bank. They know you will always come begging for money, you will always come asking for funds and all of that. So they can begin to influence some of your policies, of which they may not really consider the adverse effect it will have on the people. At the current price, people are groaning already, and you are still talking about taking it up. I mean, it's unimaginable what World Bank is saying at this time. But I hope the government of the day will allow reasoning to prevail. I don't expect any upward trend on the price of petrol, the price of petroleum products generally at this point in time. If anything should happen to price now, it must come down and as a matter of urgency. So I urge the government to discontinue that recommendation and make sure that the price of petroleum products come down.
So it's not all about stopping the subsidy payments and increasing the petrol pump price.
Yeah.
Many feel without the point that even if it's increased to 750 naira per liter, the Nigerian government will not still deliver. They will still keep borrowing from the World Bank.
They will. I mean, it's obvious that the endless borrowing is just on autopilot. Keep borrowing, and I've always said it is not about more money. That is the mistake leadership is making. It's about being prudent with what you have. There is no amount that will ever be enough for a wasteful government, and that is the truth. So be prudent with what you have, and you will see that you have enough money even now to take care of things.
All right, we have people catering you here. Okay, good morning, Mike. This is too early.
Yes, it's an element.
All right, good morning, gentlemen. Michael, how are you?
Great morning, Apu.
Okay, Bakers is saying, wow, it's too early as well. I think that's what he's trying to say, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Michael.
Anytime.
All right, Charles, sorry, it's too early as well.
Too early and it's cold. Good morning. Good morning, Michael.
How are you doing?
Taiwo, good morning. And Becca and Co. It's too early. That's why everybody says something. And it's even cold here. So
you know what to do.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You know what to do.
I grew up in Jos. Jos is very, very cold, more than most of this area. If you go to Plateau State, very cold. So I'm used to it. It's not that the program is too early. Most of our viewers, maybe before they wake up, you find out that.
We are done. I think it's the best.
Yeah, it's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
At least it
We
was.
start early, we close early. Yes. All right, Charles, moving to what we have today on Ohanaeze channel. Call for the release of a freedom fighter in the southeast. President Nnamdi is a person everybody in the southeast. Should I say everybody? Is everybody? I wanted to say everybody respects him. I think there are people that are still against this agitation.
Yes. Whether you like it or not, everybody must not love you. He's agitating for freedom, and even within his family, do you think it's everybody that will love him? No. Even you yourself, not everybody that loves in your family. I think that there's going to be what I may call separation of likeness within your family. So even within the Igbo, the problem we are having, forget the fact that sometimes we come over to this place, we talk, most of the problem we are having within ourselves are still the people from the southeast there. Are you getting me? Okay, let's for the president, let's
15th of December.
That's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Let's for the president. judgment. Yeah.
on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Do you know that left for the president himself? I think releasing Nnamdi Kanu is not a big deal to him. But the problem we are having is still his brothers from the south is there. Look at me. So sometimes we looked at things as
You
if
talk like you are not from the southeast.
my brother. See, no, I'm from the southeast.
What are you saying? He's still his
I am
brothers from the southeast.
I am a bona fide born and
Southeasterner.
southeasterner. But sometimes the truth must be told. Not everybody in your life will actually like you, whether you like it or not. Even in your family, like I gave you an example, they say charity begins at home. Even in your family, it's not everybody that loves whatever you are doing. Some people will not be happy to see you wearing this kind of clothes you are wearing today. A lot of them will not be happy. So even to the extent that somebody like him is agitating for freedom, a lot of individuals in the South will say, this small boy, when was he born? Are you getting me? So a lot of hatred will be there. So it's not everybody that will have to give him that, what I may call 100% love that he needed. Definitely there must be hatred from one corner or the other. But what we are praying is that Mr. President should at least, please, temper justice with mercy and release Nnamdi Kanu. And it's going to be what I may call our Xmas gift for the Southeasterners.
Christmas gifts
Yes.
for you guys. Not just for you guys, for everybody.
For everybody, because at least when you look at what is happening in the Southeast, a lot of killings. Unless it's
I
killings.
still remember when people were, when Sunday Go was released.
Thank you.
Some Igbos were happy.
Very, very happy.
Development.
See, you know the point here, man. We have a lot of Yorubas in the Southeast there. We have a lot of Hausas in the Southeast. So definitely when you are there and the insecurity has been the order of the day, your activities cannot be flowing. Are you getting me? So definitely,
Let us forget that we have some Yoruba men married to
a
Igbo
lot,
women.
yes.
Igbo women married to Yoruba men as well.
See, my brother, the problem we are having in this country, let me be plain with you here. The problem we are having in this country are the politicians. You and I doesn't have problem. When you look at you and I as an average individuals, we don't have problem. You can marry from any clan, but you look at what is going on. The politicians have succeeded in bringing what I may call loggerhead between you and I, a Igbo man, Hausa man, and a Yoruba man. These are the people that are constituting nuisance within our peaceful coexistence, because it's not supposed to be like that. But the point still remains that what I'm saying that tomorrow is 15th, and I will pray, and my prayer is that the young man should be released. That is just my prayer.
All right, Charles's prayer is that Nnamdi Kanu is released tomorrow to play to River State. That's a state where we have so much confusion right now. It's Wiki versus Fubara. Just like